Hello everyone, thank you for coming to this channel, and my name is Ronnie, and I talk about my raw vegan lifestyle, and you might call it a fruitarian lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. And hopefully I can give you some advice or tips or whatever on how to do that. But I do want to talk about something recently that's been a bit of a worry to me. And it's something that I've always noticed and seen in the raw vegan movement and the raw vegan community. And that is that there are people who have eating disorders that hide that under the guise of being a raw vegan or a fruitarian. So a lot of people think if you are a raw vegan or a fruitarian, they think that you do have an eating disorder, and that some people have made up an eating disorder called orthorexia, which isn't even a real thing. But it's the idea that someone is, concerned about eating healthy food and wants to exclude unhealthy food. Apparently some people think that's a bad thing. But anorexia, bulimia, these are real things, really dangerous conditions, mental health issues that kill people. And they are tremendously complex and hard to deal with from what I've heard. Not what I've experienced. I'm not a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist. But from what I've seen and experienced with people, I imagine that it is incredibly hard to deal with people with eating disorders and try and help them. I've been to a number of raw food events over the years. If you know a little bit about my story, I've been to fruit festivals all over the world. I ended up starting my own fruit festival. And most of the time I saw healthy, fit, very smart people interested in personal growth, interested in making a positive impact on life, conscientious, good people, and healthy people. But now and again I started to realise that there were also people that were probably suffering from something, and they were just a bit too skinny. Now sometimes if you go on a fruitarian diet, you can get really skinny. You see it a lot, and it's not necessarily an eating disorder. What it is a person goes on a full fruitarian diet. They might have watched someone like Robert Morse, and they go, okay, I'm just going to take that to the limit. I'm going to just eat fruit. I'm going to just eat juices. I'm going to just have oranges for a year or whatever. Doing these kind of things. And if you've just learned from Robert Morse, you've not got enough information to actually do the diet and lifestyle, because he doesn't teach how to do it long term. He teaches how to do it short term. And he himself doesn't do the diet long term. So those of us who have done it long term have learned from people like Dr. Doug Graham and other people who have taught a lot of people how to do it long term, who actually have real advice for people who want to do it long term. And the main thing is that you have to eat more than you think at first, and then you get used to that. But a lot of people that follow Morse and follow a bunch of people, they just go on the fruitarian thing. I'm going to just eat, juicy fruits for a long time, and they undereat, and they lose weight and lose weight and lose weight. And this is where you see a lot of these ex-vegans. That's what they were doing. We know that's what they were doing. Like, it's not something I've not seen before. And to some extent I did it myself when I first went on this lifestyle, where I lost a lot of weight. I went down to my lowest weight. And generally what happens is a person goes back to eating cooked food, or they start eating more fat, or they change their diet. So it's not really an issue. But that's not what I'm talking about. You can kind of tell if it's that kind of person. But what I'm more concerned about is people who are genuinely anorexic, genuinely bulimic, and will not kind of admit it. And there's a lady recently that has started to really worry me, not just because of her own anorexia, but the fact that she's going to maybe trigger it in other people. She's on Instagram. I'm not going to mention the name. She's been to a number of events, and she posted a thing recently, and she was so skinny that almost you couldn't see her when she turned to the side. I mean, obviously exaggerating, but it was like ridiculous how little waist she had. And I just commented, and she was talking about how much she was eating and how she couldn't wait to stuff her face, and I'm like, you're not stuffing your face. You've never stuffed your face, right? And I put a comment below. I just said, please, we want you to eat. Just eat anything. Eat more. We don't care if you're a raw vegan at this point, right? I don't know, I didn't say it like that, but I just said you need to eat. And then in my Instagram stories, I posted the comment and I said to people, is it wrong for me to say this to an anorexic? Anyway, she responded to me very quickly, defending herself. I eat more than this person, and I eat more than them, and they'll agree with me that I eat more. And this person, and I'm a health coach, and if you're at this event next year, we can meet each other and we can talk about this. And I'm like, okay, well, potentially this person has a genetic condition that they cannot store fat. That's a real thing. But there's pictures of them when they were a little bit bigger, so that's not the case. So to me, it's pretty obvious. But she was defending herself vehemently, like really strongly. But I just want to say, watch out for this and don't encourage it. And if you are, the horrible thing about these things is that the horrible things about all psychological mental conditions is that the amount of denial that people are in is unbelievable. It is so clear that she's anorexic. It is so clear that she's bulimic or anorexic or something, and she's incredibly skinny. I mean, I'm not talking about people that I've met that I'm going, oh, they're a bit skinny. I'm talking about the dangerous skinny that you're like, right, this has gone too far now. There's a lot of skinny people in the raw vegan community, but this is a cause for concern, right? I don't want to mention the name. There's other people have posted videos about the person and all the rest of it, but I don't know how to deal with this. I'm not, and I worry that some people think the way to deal with this is with compassion and being nice and all this stuff. That's not the same thing as dealing with it skillfully as a counsellor or a psychologist, And I don't know. I just wanted to comment on her thing and say, listen, this is not right, and maybe you'll tell me I'm wrong to do that, but it's something that's real in this community. It's not something that we advocate. We've always supported eating more, eat more, eat more. Most people need to eat more, and too many people end up eating too little, and they get scared of eating fruit, weirdly enough. So my video is running out here. Thanks for watching, and any comments or criticisms or advice, please leave below. And if you're dealing with one of these issues, then get proper help. Don't try and hide it by being a raw vegan. Okay, thank you very much.